Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Big 12 Team Builder Dynasty, but mostly gentlemen. I assume most of you guys are dudes. Most dudes like sports. They like football. Okay, checking in here. We got Nebraska State taking on Amarillo. You got 0-0. Corey Hargrove taking it to the outside, getting laid out there. He picks up 6 yards. You know, we're coming off a game here against Midland State where we didn't play too well. And right now it's looking like more of the same. More pass pro issues here. 3rd and 23. Schnowski's going to fling it out. Should have been intercepted by Patrick Clark. And we're going to try a punt here. I do my rugby punt that I do all the time, but the problem is when they catch it on the fly. Yeah, they're not supposed to catch it on the fly. That's a mistake. So Gryphon Rivers going 34 yards. Gryphon had a bit of a breakout in the last game against Denver Tech, even though they lost that game. It was Gryphon's first time really making a major impact. So right now we got Nate Galveston on 2nd and 5, going underneath to John Hunter. Gets 16 yards. Then Keon Sykes going to take it up the middle, and he's going to... He just did the 300, like, Sparta move almost right there on my safety. 7-0. Schnowski's rolling out to his offhand, and that's a face mask. Face mask right there on Marcus Green, but no call there. Going to Smith, kind of short route there, about 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 13, Schnowski's flinging it up field, and that should have been caught. That should have been caught, you know? I mean, I do things and they don't perform. I mean, you know, it's just a bad mix. It's a bad mix right now. Shane Pryor goes for 8 yards. He's going to settle for the field goal. It's going to be a Schnowski field goal right there at 4th and 5. 7-3 right now. Galveston up the middle to Gryphon Rivers. Goes for 19 yards. Got man coverage on the running back I'm looking at, but goes up middle. Hunter fighting down at the 1 yard line. Gryphon Rivers touchdown. 1 yard score for the Gryph. The Gryph. It's 14-3 right now. Guys, this is looking like more of the same crap that we saw against Midland State last week. We got to turn this thing around. What? Literally nobody's open on that play. You guys tell me where I'm supposed to throw, because there was nobody. There's nobody on that play. 3rd and 16 right here. Schnowski's rolling out to the right, and he is going to get just conservative. We're just going to go out of bounds there. And now the rugby punt right there is going to roll. Okay, inside the 15, so that's why I do that. It takes the return away, and usually gets us good field position if it bounces. But yeah, Gryphon Rivers is going to beat East, and then Rouse, who I have out there for his speed and athleticism. However, tackling is not exactly what he's good at. So yeah, that's going to be a miss. Not good. 1st and 10 here. Schnowski's running. He's loose. He's still going. Go, Benji. It's 39 yards. 3rd and 6 here for Schnowski, rolling out to his right. He always got him. And that's McCoy. Phew, almost down at the 1 yard line, but they're going to give it to him. Thank goodness. They will give it to him. So it's 21-10. So, yeah, you're going to need some points here. You're going to need the comeback. But, again, can't tackle. Bad tackling. Keon Sykes gets about 14 yards on the play there. And that will set up a 2nd and 13. So Galveston sitting back here in the shotgun. We got about 2:38 left to go. Throws a bomb. Rouse, make a play. No. It's Gryphon Rivers for the touchdown. And Galveston up to 2-11 with 3 scores. Oh, my goodness. You're right there. I mean, the least you could do is just tackle him before the ball gets there. And then, you know, get pass interference. But at least it's not a touchdown. Then Jamarcus Kimberling is going inside. Kind of an interesting route there. Interesting run after the catch. Got 45 yards on the play there. 2nd and 5, Hargrove. Trying to find some room. Gets stuffed. Now we're running option. We had LaBelle up the middle. It's going to be 4th and 1 now. So I think we got to go for this, guys. And we're going with the fullback, Jontavius Nichols. And no, they're not going to give us the first down. Oh, man. All right, so it's 28-10. Yeah, going into the half here. So it's not looking great for my Prairie Dogs. 3rd and 6 for Galveston. So we have a chance at a stop. Bradshaw is shy of the yard gain, so it'll be 4th and 2. 3rd and 11 here. We're going to go to Pryor. He's going to get hauled down viciously. And we're actually going for this, guys. And we have the tight end prior again up the middle, and that will count. So we're making a push here, guys. We have a chance. Kimberly going for 14 yards on the play there. 2nd and 8. Shanoski's rolling out, throwing across, and I didn't see Mr. Darnell Powers right there. Very bad interception right there. Oh no, he's gonna find Gryphon Rivers. He go. So yeah, Gryphon Rivers gonna score right there. That was just really ugly. As we see the replay here, the slant. I mean, he's got 4 touchdown receptions. I mean, what is that? Gonsu. It's 35-10. You know, it's just a game of a lot of missed opportunities. We did get a touchdown here thanks to Seamus O'Regan, but yeah, 2nd and inches here. We got Galveston running read option. He's going to get popped right there. But set up 3rd and 5. Going to John Hunter and Sloan with the early tackle. And then Johnson, the true freshman cornerback, going to trip him up, but not after he gets 43 yards. And then Keon Sykes up the middle for a touchdown. And yeah, this game really got away from us. I don't know why I'm getting blown out this badly against Amarillo, who's coming into the game at 5-5. But, you know, they're a talented football team. Seamus O'Regan down at the 1-yard line. 1st and goal to LaBelle. So we're trying to make it respectable, guys. We're going to have to get a stop, though, here on 3rd down. McElderry gets... I think that stop was made, but they're going to call us for a face mask. Yeah. Galveston's going to throw off his back foot to Quan Alexander, and guys, that should just about do it. 49-25. Man, our defense is such garbo. I hate our defense. It's so bad to watch. Dante LaBelle will at least put a move on, a 31-yard touchdown out of the backfield. But yeah, that was absolutely a horrendous effort all around. 3rd and 9. Oh my God, who's open? It's Gryphon Rivers again. What is wrong with our secondary? This is so terrible. You think Galveston 449 yards and 6 touchdowns, and then Gryphon has 5 receiving touchdowns, and he did nothing all season until maybe the Denver Tech game. Look at that. 243 yards and 5 touchdowns. Yeah. Yep. That happened. We witnessed that. Oh, there's a game going on. Oh, it's Denver Tech versus Midland State. Oh, whoops, my bad. Hey, check this out. It is basically a de facto Big 12 West championship game. I would argue the winner of this game is going to be in a great spot. Although Amarillo was looking like they're going to be a hot team moving into next week, and they play Midland State. So Denver Tech will need to beat Nebraska State if they want to advance. So it's not totally set in stone, but this Midland State team, who might be rounding into shape, is going to have to try to beat Denver Tech if they want to stay alive here in the Big 12 West. So Colton Yo gets the Mustangs on the board early, and it's 7-0 Midland. And Midland's at home. They've beaten Denver Tech once before in our dynasty, but overall they're 1-3. I think we show this game every year because Midland is kind of the Michigan to Denver Tech's Ohio State. That's generally how it works out. They're, you know, one of the better teams in the Big 12 West. They're a prestige program, a flagship program of the Big 12, but they do not have a Big 12 championship to show for it. So that's going to sting, and they want to fix that really quick here. They might have to settle for a field goal here as Kent Collins can't complete the pass, and a kick up and through the upright. So it's 10-0 Midland, off to a pretty good start. Makovich was cold. As we saw, he was 0 for 4. So what to do? Go back to the well with Scott Thomas for 10 yards. Makovich going sideline to the tight end, Kenny, and he's going to get about 13 yards right there, actually. 3rd and 6. And oh no, a little miscommunication. And Nick Burns was staying on his feet, but they're short of the first down. And then Brent Kent, who's had some kicking issues, will miss that one. I mean, it's true freshman, so you got to cut him a little bit of slack right there. So, yeah, we're going to skip ahead here. 1 minute left in the first. Makovich getting laid out. Denver Tech not having a ton of success offensively, so they need to figure out something there and fix that. They're going to run read option with Makovich for 9 yards. 3rd and 3. It's 6:55 left in the game. Andre Kenny with a big catch. So Denver Tech probably going to get on the board here. And Makovich gets tripped up by DeAnthony Akobo. Hashtag custom recruit bias. DeAnthony Akobo. How about an interception here? Makovich. So the scoring drought will continue for Denver Tech as the turnover is going to be made right there. And that was just not a good throw. I mean, it wasn't open. It was not open on the sidelines. Tristan Prater makes the tackle on Blake Storm. He's going to get 15, going up the middle, back to the well. Blake Storm for 13. Midland State moving the football. Are they going to go up 17-0? That's the question. Back to Blake Storm. 2nd and goal. Kent Collins going end zone. Should have been intercepted right there. 3rd and goal, and they're going to run the ball. Oh my God, that was such a creative play call by Coach Michaels. That was so creative. I love that play call. Just love it. Hand the ball off. How about Makovich with a little RPO to Anthony Parker for 16 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. And again, back to the well. Anthony Parker. I think they're stuck in a loop here. No, they're running read option. 2nd and 8. Makovich gets the first down, gets about 11. So with 1:15 left, go read option and the touchdown. Alex Makovich for 5 yards. Midland State's lead is cut to 6 points. And then we'll look at our halftime stats right here. I'd say Midland is in control of this game, and this would be an upset if they did somehow manage to pull this out. 1st and 10. Oh, bounced off the tackle. That's going to be Colton Yo. Big reception right there. It'll be 3rd and 4 here, and they're going to try to go draw play. Not really going too far there. Kyle Wagner for a 2-yard loss, and a long field goal is good. 16-7. Makovich running option. Gets the first down. He's going to be about 25-yard line. About 3:55 left, and he's bombing it to the sideline. Stay in bounds. Chase McCormick. He's not going to stay in bounds, but this shouldn't be a very hard task as the big-time push by the Denver Tech line will get Dustin Miller in. And now it's 16-14. So Denver Tech, you're thinking they played a couple close games lately, last couple of episodes. Is this going to be where they finally trip up, or will they manage to squeak by yet again? And there's the freshman, Colton Yo, for 24 yards. 2nd and 2. And the little flip goes to Blake Storm in the end zone. Midland up by 8. Are they going to go for 2? No. They're going to just kick the extra point. Go up 9. I think that's smart. You can go up for 2 scores. Still early to be going for 2, trying to get up 10, stuff like that. Alex Makovich going to go for an 8-yard gain. Running read option. They had a corner blitz there, and he's finally going to catch up to him. Won't make the tackle, but he's going to be inside the 5-yard line. 1 minute left in the third, and a touchdown to Brian Dawson. So, I mean, these are the names. These are the names you got to learn. Andre Brandt, though, has checked in. So Makovich was injured, so we don't know his status. And then Collins throws an interception to the sidelines. It's going to be picked off by Ricky Carey. So, man, the last thing you want to do is give Denver Tech extra possessions, even with their backup quarterback, Andre Brandt, in there. He's going to go for 11 yards. And as we skip ahead here, early 4th quarter, Brandt will score, and now Denver Tech has the lead. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked that Denver Tech has a lead in a collegiate football game. 2nd and 10. Bombs away to Claude Gray. Did he drag his feet in? They're going to say yes. So Collins going with another bomb down at the 2-yard line is Colton Yo. Let's set him up 1st and goal here. Kent Collins looking for somebody. He needs somebody to find. No. 3rd and goal. And again, I love that play call. I just love running draws and screens. Oh my God, they're going for it. 4th and goal, they're going for it. Oh no. It's a Colby Austin. That play's going nowhere. How do you not throw it into the end zone? Like, I don't know if you recognize this, but it is 4th and goal, which means you have to score the touchdown if you are going to survive. So yeah, pretty bad overall. Andre Brand trying to hold on to the lead. He's going to get held on by Aaron Marshall, big time playmaker for this Mustang defense. And then Andre Brandt's going to get wrapped up. What a great tackle there by Talley, or Joseph Pierre rather. So great tackle, great play by this defense. And then Midland is going to get sacked. Kent Collins is going to go down. That's just a tough pressure front for Denver Tech. 2nd and 17. Got a big completion. They do convert it. So Claude Gray making all sorts of plays for this Stangs team. 45 seconds. You got Kent Collins going. Oh, number 80 is going to take a big hit. That's Colby Austin. Another Austin. Yes, he is related, folks. 3rd and 2. Collins. Oh, is that a drop? I think that's a drop, but they're not kicking the field goal. Again, we have 25 seconds left in the game. The game hangs in the balance, and they will complete it to Claude Gray. How clutch is that? Oh, man, 20 seconds. Under pressure, off the back foot. Oh, he's got Derek Palmer in the back of the end zone. 50 passes, and Midland finally takes the lead with 17 seconds, and he was under pressure off of his back foot. He's going to flip, and Palmer was wide open, and it's not like Tristan Prater to leave him. Collins didn't even know if he scored. Only judging by fan reaction did Collins know that they called touchdown on that play, but, you know, hey, it's under review. So what are they exactly are they reviewing? These guys are in the Denver Tech pocket, man. They're in the pocket of Denver Tech. What is there to review? It's a catch. Maybe if he stepped out of bounds for illegal touching, but no, they're going to give it to him. It's going to count. So it's 30 to 27. Up to Andre Brandt running, and he's going to get hit there. He's only going to get 8. Only gets him closer, but I mean, at what point does that really matter? Big catch there, though. Hauled down with 2 seconds. Craig Reed. So 2 seconds here. Andre Brandt, does he have the arm strength to get it downfield? He's going to throw a floater. It's there. Oh, man. Incomplete. And Denver Tech's going down to Midland State. Midland State Mustangs come up with a clutch W. This is not what they like to do. This is not what they normally do. It's a little bit of foreign territory here for Kent Collins and the Mustangs. But now they are totally in the driver's seat for the Big 12 West. If they take care of business next week and beat Amarillo, they will be in the Big 12 championship game, likely against Ardmore. So we got McAllen ACU here, number 11 versus number 6. McAllen's still a lot to play for. They're coming into this game with 2 losses, but they can still try to get a BCS game, especially if they knock off number 6 ACU. That'll set them up very nicely to try to get to the Fiesta or Sugar Bowl, or possibly the Orange Bowl. So that would be a big-time program-defining game for the Matadors and what head coach Leroy Jackson's been building towards. ACU, kind of a disappointing season with 3 losses. Keep in mind, they are still number 6 in the nation. Their only losses coming to Ardmore, Denver Tech, and Nebraska State. So we're going to run the football up here with Buckley as the Matadors. Got the ball back after a shaky first possession. They're going to be 1st and goal here from about the 2 and then the 1 yard line. Derek Wade is going to score from a yard out, so it's 7-0 Matadors. Joe Russell going up the middle here. Gets it almost to the 40-yard line. It's Hassan Bonner with the catch, and then they run play action outside there to Orkwan Ostrander, and we get a read option play. Russell gets lit up for 3 yards. 3rd and 1. Russell, no, he will not complete that. 4th and 1 here. They're going to settle for the field goal. So low scoring game here after 1 quarter. 7-3. AC with the football back after a quick stop, and Russell goes down with a big sack there by who else? Brad Freeman. He's about the only guy on that defensive line for McAllen that will get up in your face and make plays. But a touchdown here for Jared Kirk. Tackle was not even made. So yeah, good play there. 5:18 left in the game. We got a completion, but there's also a flag. Harkless Blair trying to figure out something offensively. They're going to call offensive pass interference on the tight end who was blocking. What kind of garbage call is that? And then Blair is going to get hauled down there. Who by Boris Beef with the sack. 10-7. You get a run here by Hassan Bonner, the shifty scat back. Gets it to 3rd and 8. Russell's going to go screen play to Bonner. Is going to be short. Gets 5 yards on that play there, and they will settle for the field goal again. So it's a game where we really thought we would see a lot of offense. Harkless Blair not getting the first down there. And again, another try is going to be short, 4th and 1. Question now is, do you go for it? No, they're going to go conservative, and the kick will be good. 13-10. I'd say it's a gutsy call to kick the field goal there because you're pretty close to the first down. Set up for a mid-range to long-ish field goal. But they do convert it for 3. Russell complete to Fetterhart. So with under a minute, they're going to try to pick up those points right back or possibly score a touchdown. The catch will be made. That's going to be Jefferson for 22. And they have a chance to score on 1st and goal. I think he's got it, but a great play. Great defensive play will hold ACU to the field goal, and it's going to cancel out what McAllen just did prior to halftime. So it's 16-10 right now for the Spartans. 2nd and 3. Harkless gets hauled down. It's going to be a loss of 2 by Beef. 3rd and 5 now for McAllen, and 3rd down screen. Going to throw it away. Yeah. Just bad call. Bad call all around. And they will kick the field goal. Good. So the field goal kicking unit, it's been on the money today for both of these teams. And a sack on Russell. That's going to be Brad Freeman again. 2nd and 18. No, not a ton of pressure there. Nice catch by Ostrander. 3rd and 6. They're going to run some kind of funky looking play action, but Ostrander is going to get 7. So 1:45 left. The pitch goes to Hassan Bonner, and he's going to run his man over. Bonner's loose. Can he get a block? No. Almost got the block to seal it, but he's going to pick up 39 on the pitch. 3rd and 12. Up the middle to Alex Jefferson for 19 yards. 3rd and 7 right now. We got about 30 seconds left in the 3rd. Going to Danowski. He is a tough guy to bring down. Tough customer, that David Danowski. But they're going to hold him to a, what else? A field goal. It's going to be 19-13. 6.5 minutes. Harkless picks up 2. 3rd and 4. No. ACU's defense has been kind of underrated. You know, they're just on top of the offense today. They're on the ball. A short throw there to Steve Patton's going to get 5. So yeah, not good enough. Harkless player, 73 yards passing today. 2nd and 11 here for Russell. Looks like could have called face mask there for Fetterhart, but they will not. They're going to swallow that whistle and a throw off the back foot. No Kent Collins magic today off your back feet for Joe Russell. It's going to be another punt. So, you know, McAllen getting outgained. They're not at 300 yards yet. Andres Buckley's going to get 10 there. They're going to go back to Buckley with the stuff. Stuff is made. It's going to be 2nd and 12 there. Colby James was a JUCO transfer guy. Makes a tackle. 3rd and 13. Derek Wade gets 7. Okay, 3rd and 2. It's going to go to Russell. Okay, I mean, so McAllen not coming up clutch here. They're going to have to start burning those timeouts. And if the ACU gets a first down, I mean, this game might be over as McAllen's out of timeouts. Bonner goes down. And guys, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. McAllen is 0 for 5 against the Spartans and ACU. They've been their nemesis, their in-conference nemesis. They've gotten Ardmore a couple times, but overall, McAllen has just not come up clutch in a lot of these big games. All right, and we have the rivalry game / not rivalry game, Broken Arrow Ardmore. Now, the only time in our series that UBA has bested Ardmore was under the leadership of Brian Street, the Heisman-winning quarterback. So UBA goes from winning a Heisman to being the trash heap of the Big 12 Team Builder Conference. So it's kind of a tough deal. It's a tough deal to be an UBA fan right now. It's not fun. It's the first time we've seen them in a long time because UBA just frankly has not been relevant enough for us to show them. But this is a game where obviously Ardmore is going to get their best shot. And Ryan Viper, like, you had a touchdown there if you go run to the pylon. If you take a straight line to that pylon, you're probably going to score, or at least get inside the 5. But it was still a good run. He gets 6 yards right there. Sets up 3rd and 7. Lamont Christian's been hurt. Christian gets the start here today on the road. He's going to have to throw that one away. Ardmore will hold Uba to a field goal. Grayson Stanfield back for this one, back and healthy, going to Willie Nelson for 16. So Ardmore passing game definitely going to be something to be reckoned with for Uba. I mean, Uba, I don't know if they're equipped enough to really handle this offense, but they get a stop here, and then Trey Day, the guy with the big leg, recruited as a punter, will hit that one. So 2nd and 10 here, and Christian going down for a loss of 8 yards. It's going to be James Holmes with the sack. Only 3-3 after 1 quarter. So Christian throws off the back foot to Quincy Booth, the tight end. So this team has a lot of pride, you know, like I mean, even though they've been struggling, they've tasted success. They know what it looks like. So they're still playing hard and trying to make plays out there. And in this big rivalry game, a win over Ardmore would be absolutely huge. But Ardmore's number 3 in the nation. They're playing for a spot in the national championship game potentially. So J.K. Johnson is going to catch that one for a touchdown. So Ardmore's still going to be balling out here. They're not taking Uba lightly. You can't take anybody lightly in this conference, or they're going to step up and bite you. 34 seconds here before the half. Christian goes down. He's going to get sacked. So now do you just kind of pack it in and call it a day? Ryan Viper gets hauled down. Ardmore's thinking timeout. Now, like, hey, we got 20 seconds. We got a guy named Darnell Savage out there. Maybe we can pick up some points as the half ends, going to Savage into double coverage. 2.5 person coverage right there. So, yeah, Ardmore gonna head into halftime here. This has not been a vintage game for the T-Wolves. It's still only 10-6. Quincy Booth with the little flip of his leg right there to dodge that tackle. And then they're going with the pro formation there, the little I form to Ryan Viper picks up big with the leading blocker. 2nd and 12 to Booth. Inside the 15. Uba fans get excited here. 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. And Christian going to get hauled down. And again, that offensive line's just having a hard time of it. This Ardmore pass rush is pretty dang filthy right here. And they're going to hold Uba to a field goal attempt. It's going to be 10-9, everybody. Raise your hands out there if you had that in your prediction model. Okay, 4:20 left here in the 3rd. Wiggins gets 14. They're going back to the run. Ardmore running the football again. This time with options Stanfield. I'll set up a 1st and goal here for Ardmore in a 10-9 game. 2:40 left. They can put it in Tomsha, and he's rolling out to the right with the rollout cheese. David Tomsha scores for a 10-yard run. 3rd and inches for Uba. And Christian's going to run up the middle. Going to get no gain right there for the Wranglers, and they're going to punt. So 3 and out, though, for Ardmore. So we're going to go back here into the 4th quarter, and they are going the wrong way. Yeah, you're supposed to go the opposite direction. Another sack. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be 4th and 27 now. Uba has to punt. I mean, they got this thing within 8 points, so you know, everything breaks their way. They could tie this game and send it to OT. But Streeter is going to pick up a huge gain right there, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 right now for Ardmore as we skip ahead a little bit. J.K. Johnson with a big catch, and guys, that's pretty much going to do it for Uba, as they're at least going to get the field goal, but they do get the touchdown with Xavier Wiggins from 9 yards out. So Stanfield's had himself a decent game. Again, this is not a classic Ardmore performance, but it was pretty good. And then, as always, Buchanan Simmons balling out for this moribund football team, okay? He's still playing hard, making big plays. Custom recruit Buchanan Simmons is just all over the place, doing very well for the Wranglers. It'll be 4th and 7, last gasp opportunity for Uba, going to Simmons, but again, the throw is not even there. Simmons cannot even make a play on that one. Stanfield gets your player of the game, and Ardmore will walk away as they improve to 4-1 against their rivalry in this dynasty with a chance for the championship. Midland State actually got it done, and it's really what we talked about. Denver Tech not doing amazing on the offensive side of the football, so the running game is just not as potent as it used to be. And really, that's all there is to it. While Midland's passing game dominated this game from top to bottom. 425 for Kent Collins. Took a lot of sacks, but it was good enough here for the W. And, well, we'll look at Denver Tech's numbers here. But, you know, I mean, it's hard to hold it against Denver Tech because Makovich got knocked out. And, like, Brandt was trying his best. He's the future. But it just was not meant to be here. So Midland State clearly in the driver's seat to represent the Big 12 West in the championship game. Odessa State loses another tough one here. I see 2 pick sixes. That's very bad. 508 to 331 here in this one. Look at Johnny Johnson Jr. here. Oh my God. 33%. He threw 2 interceptions. Oh, and, you know, obviously both of those went to the house. Paris had 3 touchdowns, so Paris Austin is mulling out. If you guys remember, he was snubbed for the All-America team and even the All-Conference team last year. This year, he is really taking it to the conference, but it's not resulting in any W's. Obviously, not a good thing. Gunnar Rivers, 271 and 3. Isaiah Green dominated them on the ground, 9.6 per carry. And then you see Wilson again. Second game in a row that Wilson has gone ballistic. Camu gets a blowout against Shreveport, and this might be the part where Shreveport's season starts to unravel. I mean, it's sad. It's unfortunate, but I mean, it was 35-7 after 3 quarters. You feel like Shreveport, I mean, you feel like they turned a corner, that they're trending the right way, that they were a legitimately good football team this year, but you did feel like they were on borrowed time a little bit as far as, like, can this team actually go 11-1, actually go 10-2? I mean, Davis played pretty well against his old team. Riggins came back, did okay. Jackson picked up the slack with an 80-yard touchdown run. But, yeah, just not quite good enough. All around, look at Camu here. Jace Freeman coming back strong. Okay, he had a rough middle portion of the season, but he is starting to play better. And then Flores had 4 touchdowns on the ground today. So a classic Camu victory. They creep up into the top 25 despite being 6-5. And this game really was atrocious from top to bottom. I mean, the Gryphon Rivers coming out party was legitimized. Last week against Denver Tech, he actually found the end zone, and today he found the end zone quite a bit. We almost gave up 600 yards of total offense. Galveston threw 4 incompletions and 6 touchdowns for 449 yards. Now, granted, we did some dumb things on defense, but, I mean, really? I mean, are we serious right now? Gryphon Rivers had 6 catches for 5 touchdowns and 243 yards? I mean, are you kidding me right now? Shinosky threw for 3 scores and a pick, 324. It did okay, but again, a couple turnovers kind of hurt us, hurt our cause. Spread the ball around offensively, but I mean, our defense is so miserable that we really don't have any answers at this point. And then we saw the exact opposite of that game here as ACU beats McAllen 19-13. Totally not what I expected. I expected way more offensively. McAllen had 79 yards passing, Russell for 292 and 1. Bonner had 75 rushing, but I mean, where was McAllen's offense today? That's really what I want to know. I know ACU is playing better defensively at this stage of the year, but I mean, come on, you guys got to diversify it a little bit, stretch the field. I know Blair is a runner, but he can throw and burn people, so he's not a one-trick pony. McAllen really condensed the playbook here, and it cost him. Again, not really what I was expecting. I thought Armour would totally torch Uba, but it was only 17-9 in the third quarter. Got to give them some credit for not allowing a touchdown, though. 372 to 293, 2 for 10 on third down. So again, the pro-style offense, I don't know why you would want to run that in today's world, but that's what Uba's doing. They got some shotgun in there, but they try to run the ball and throw to their tight ends, and I don't know if that's the way to go nowadays, but Stella, the kicker, is your player of the game offensively. Let's look really quick here and set the table for you guys entering the final week of play. You got Clemson and Tennessee, who are undefeated right now. This will be a rematch of the 2003 Peach Bowl. I want to say, somebody fact check me on that. Yeah, Clemson, Tennessee, undefeated. They might block out the Big 12 from the national title game. The interesting thing for me, though, is ACU is sitting 4th in the nation with 3 losses. They play Ardmore next week. So I'm thinking, what happens if one of these teams slip up? Either now or in the conference title game. And it's like ACU is not going to win their division again. They would theoretically be 2 games behind Clemson and Tennessee, or Penn State. But would they actually somehow, by virtue of just moving up the rankings when other people move down, would they somehow get into the national title game? Inquiring minds want to know. Midland State currently 6th right now. Denver Tech sitting at 9th. Denver Tech still has a chance to get in. They would need Midland to lose next week to Amarillo. Shreveport dropping to 12th. McAllen at 16. Camu gets in, and so does Little Rock with their win over Odessa State. And then, yeah, we're not even receiving votes anymore, so thanks. Let's look at the Heisman watch here. Makovich still holding strong here, despite the loss. Because, I mean, if you look at these numbers, he's got the 15 passing touchdowns, 2,100 yards, should get that. You know, if he plays, he'll play at least 2 more games. You're probably looking at maybe 260 or so. But, I mean, 1,000 yards rushing as a quarterback with 17 touchdowns. Whereas you compare it to Chester Hall, who has 19 touchdowns on the ground, Makovich with 17. So he's virtually a running back plus some quarterback stats. Seidel Riggins is actually moving up the board as well, 1,217. Got 222 there, so he's got a chance. But Shreveport would have to win. They would need Denver Tech to lose probably. Clemson would probably have to lose as well. BCS rankings here. Clemson, Tennessee, Ardmore, ACU, so no change really. ACU is getting respected by the computers. They would probably respect them even more if they beat Ardmore. So I don't know if ACU actually has a path to the national championship game. I don't know, because if Penn State gets in to the Big 12 title game, or Ohio State, like, let's check this out. Ohio State beat them, so Penn State would have an opportunity to win the Big 10 title game, and that would vault them ahead of ACU, perhaps. I don't know. ACU just flat out does not belong there. Okay, at 8-3, they do not belong there. Let's take a look here at updated bowl projections as well. Right now, they got Little Rock versus Old Dominion in the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. Free pizza for everybody. Nebraska State would play Cal in the Holiday Bowl. Russell Athletic Bowl here. Amarillo, North Carolina would be a good game. Michigan McAllen would be interesting. Camu would play Colorado in the Fight Hunger Bowl. Always got to fight that hunger. Craft fight hunger. Get some mac and cheese. Midland State versus Texas in the Alamo. Denver Tech, Minnesota. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interdasting. Ardmore would play American Athletic champion Baylor, who is currently unranked. I mean, that is what it is, man. You got ACU Oregon in the Orange Bowl, perhaps. A lot will ride on what happens in the game coming up this week, the huge game. Ole Miss plays Shreveport in the Cotton Bowl. So that's the updated bowl situation. Just one more time, give you guys a look at the standings, give you guys a visual here. Midland State 5-2, Denver Tech 5-2, Nebraska State 4-3. So I'm trying to think of a scenario where Nebraska State could do it. If they beat Denver Tech, Midland loses to Amarillo, then we have chaos. We have the chaos that we had in year number 3, where Midland somehow got in over Kansas A&M, something that has Camu fans fuming to this very day. Because if that's the case, you'd have a 3-way tie. Because, I mean, we're trying to figure this out. You would have a situation where Denver Tech would go 0-2 against Midland and Nebraska State, whereas Nebraska State was 1-1. You would think Midland State would get in, but as we saw, we don't really know how they determine it. It was not determined by BCS rank. So I don't even know how they factor this out, but it is what it is. And then we look at the East here. Shreveport is done. Shreveport's virtually done with their loss today against Kansas A&M, so Ardmore is going to be in. Ardmore is your Big 12 East champion. However, the ACU game Believe me, I don't think ACU belongs, but that's something this game would do. That's something this game would do. So Ardmore has to beat ACU. If they lose, somehow it would open the door for the Spartans to get in. So let's take a look here at week 14. We got Midland State, Amarillo. I think this is a huge, huge trap game, man. Midland, we know they have a habit of not getting it done when it matters. So it mattered this week against Denver Tech, but in order for that to matter, you have to take care of business against Amarillo, and I feel like this is just prime for an upset, man. I really do. I think Amarillo will win, especially with Daniel Monroe visiting. Daniel Monroe really likes the Dillos, so they have a lot to play for still. I mean, to go from 5-5, and then you're thinking like we're gonna go 6-6 to like 7-5, 500 in a really tough conference. That would not be a bad season for Amarillo. It would be adequate, but I think they would take it and then kind of head into the offseason with a little bit of momentum. So I'm gonna take the upset here with the Dillos. Of course, I missed like 4 games last week, so what do I know? Now, Nebraska State, we got 13 prospects visiting. Could you imagine if we beat number 9 Denver Tech at home with all that prestige that program has? This would be a huge upset. We have beaten Denver Tech once in year number 3. Last year, we kind of got our butts kicked a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a repeat here. I mean, Denver Tech not throwing the ball very much this year. They're 70th in the nation. That's how you would exploit us, but frankly, the number 2 rank on defense and rush defense is just because nobody needs to run the ball against us. They can just throw all over us all day, every day. We're allowing over 310 yards per game. We can't hold on to the football. We're scoring at a decent clip, but a lot of that damage was done earlier in the year. We've had a couple games consecutively where just have not really looked very good offensively. Like Amarillo, we had some flashes, but like the Midland game, Odessa, and Ardmore, offense not very good this year. So I feel like Denver Tech should probably win this by 3 scores. Uba at McAllen. McAllen. Ardmore at ACU. Well, you know what? I do think that Ardmore will win this game, and that should keep them in the title mix. Be really interesting to see, because we're basically the SEC now in this universe. It'd be very interesting to see what they would do with Ardmore if they go 12-1. You know, let's say they beat ACU, they beat Midland or Denver Tech. And now what do you do with them? Because Clemson's schedule was very poor. Tennessee's schedule not amazing. Either would they actually do it? Because Ardmore would have the quality wins. I think Ardmore will probably win this game, but I do think ACU will get some yards through the air, which will keep this one very close. I think it'll go down to the wire, but give me the T-Wolves. Shreveport going at Little Rock. Little Rock boasting the number 6 total offense in the nation, averaging almost 41 points per, but Shreveport lives and dies off of the turnover. And the thing that the analytics people in college football talk about is that turnovers are more or less random, and that over time, teams that only rely on turnovers tend to come down to earth a little bit, which is why I do think Little Rock will get this W over the Shreve, sadly. But I mean, hey, a 9-3 season at Shreveport where they're actually competing for a Big 12 East championship, that actually means something. Little Rock, I mean, the Gunner Rivers, you know, I'm not going to write a eulogy yet for the Gunner Rivers era because it's, 2 more games left. But I do feel like it was a little underwhelming. They do have some marquee quality wins, but really never setting the world on fire, which is what he brought to the table when he signed. But, you know, if they win this game, win their bowl game, they'll be a top 15 team by the end of the year. Really all you can ask for realistically. And the final game here, Odessa State 0-7 in conference play. That's a 7-game losing streak going at Kansas A&M. Just Kansas A&M gonna turn this thing around with Bud Warner. This is gonna be his final year, but is this gonna be Braxton Austin Sr.'s final year? That's the question. Word throughout the campus and the administration is that this game is really do or die for him. I mean, to go 0-8, I know they played a very tough conference schedule. But this team has a #1 recruiting class that are all sophomores now. That's the #1 recruiting class in the nation. You got to pick up a win, a handful of wins somewhere in conference. I mean, you cannot go 0-8, close out the year on an 0-8 losing streak. I mean, that's just not really acceptable. So Odessa State, with those handful of recruiting classes, actually dates back to year #2, I think, where they really stepped it up a notch. So they have to close out with a W here. If they do not, they might be moving on from Braxton Austin Sr. So I'm going to pick Camu to win. I just think they have a better roster. They're performing at a higher rate. But it'll be close, but I don't know if they can save Braxton's job. All right, guys, we'll see you next Saturday for the final week of the regular season in week #5. So leave a like if you like this thing, or subscribe if you're not already. And then we'll see you next Saturday as always. Peace.